Greetings, I'm Mark with Unlimited Story, unlimited-story.com, a channel dedicated to writing, world building, marketing, and most importantly, getting things done. And really Kindle Vella, because hey, Kindle Vella is happening these days, and I'm doing it again in this video. So here we go. If you want to support this channel and the things that I do, just check out my stuff on Kindle or Kindle Vella. Links in the description below. You know, it keeps me in business and makes me happy. And that kind of stuff. All right, what am I reviewing today? It's called Bonethinner by Talia Vines. And the description is, no one here, living or dead, is who they seem. That is quite a description. It's very short, and it leaves a lot of questions. We got tags are shocking twists, slow burn romance, gothic romance, mystery, billionaire, supernatural, romance. Sounds like there's a lot of romance, or some kind of romance, and there is this Victorian. Is that Victorian? I don't know. It looks like a castle to me. It's big. It's really nice. Let's see what it's all about. I read the first 3 of Bonethinner, and the author was right. Absolutely. There are a lot of twists, and I already kind of see them coming, and because of the mention of all those twists, it makes me wonder what I'm supposed to believe and not believe. So I'll be covering that in a bit. So what happens? Episode number 1 starts out 5 years in the future. So I guess the story is going to be technically the present, and what's happening now is in the future, because it's a doctor at a psych ward talking to Scarlett. So Scarlett is the main character of the story, just so you know. So she's going to survive in some way, shape, or form. But she's in a psych ward. They talk to her. She ain't doing great. She ain't happy. She doesn't really know what's going on. And that's kind of where we're left hanging. Okay, so the rest of episode number 1 is basically the MC talking about all these creepy houses that are on the West Coast. So there are 2 of them that are mentioned that are legitimately real, absolutely exist in the real world on Earth, you know, our reality where we all are here. And the other one is the made up one, which is actually what happens in this story. And there's some explanation. And basically that this place, this home is owned by some media mogul guy, and they're super rich. And the premise, I shouldn't say the premise, the setup is that this girl and her family take care of the estate for the billionaire, who's never around. Like, he's around like a few times a year maybe. And that's it. Episode number 1 done. All right, so episode number 2, main character is in school, and there's an earthquake, but it's California, so everyone's like, earthquakes, whatever. But then it keeps it keeps going. Its intensity is higher, so then people are like, oh, maybe I should actually get under my desk or whatever they decide to do. And that's it. Earthquake, bad. It's a badder earthquake than they're used to. So there we go. So they're like, yeah, let's let everyone out of school. Cell phones aren't really working. You know, there's issues all over the place with the infrastructure. Anyway, mom comes and picks up daughter, Scarlett, and they drive home because they have a little house on the estate because their job is to take care of the estate, so they live on it. While billionaire dude is out mogling or whatever they do. All right, they're driving home. Can't find anybody. Can't talk to anybody. And so they're on the estate now, and they're going to go look for dad. So Scarlett goes into the house, which ain't in good shape. It got hit by an earthquake, right? And these things happen, I guess, when you put your place in California, which is on a fault line and whatever. Off track already. All right, so she's looking for her dad. So there's a lot of talk about the house. There's some really neat setup about how the house is, how it's kind of laid out, their responsibilities, pretty much stuff about the house. But really, what's cool is the wine cellar, which is where the party is at. So they have this insanely big wine cellar that's in the basement. And she's like, I'm not allowed to go down there. I'm totally going down there, though. And she does. She's looking for her dad, all this jazz. So looking around, there's splashes of wine. There's footprints. And eventually she finds her dad. She finds her dad. And dad's looking thin. Bone thinned. Well, that's not really what she says, but stuff got sucked out of him. But he acts the same, sort of. He has knowledge that only her dad would know. So this is where we get into those weird twists where, like, is it really dad? Is dad possessed by something? What's going on? And you're kind of just left hanging in that part. But you do find out, because there's like little footprints in the wine, that there's like a secret passage down there. But she ends up having to go. She's like goes with her dad, and that's not really explored. So yeah, something like that. They end with this line that says, "We're safe now," and you're like, "Yeah, but no." So there's like discussion of like there are some like rumors that they have, like what could possibly be in the basement. You know, kids obviously think like, oh, there are monsters in the basement, and so on and so forth. That seems more plausible. Yeah, that seems more accurate. So yeah, you're just kind of left hanging here, like, oh, so what actually happened to dad? Because she loves her dad. She like goes on this huge, just like, oh, my dad's so great, and you're a wonderful guy, blah blah blah. I love being with him, and so on and so forth. So it makes me question what happened to that poor pappy. Yeah, that's it. That is the extent of Bonethinner. You're left hanging, and there's creepiness happening. Yeah. One sentence summary. Well, Scarlett's gonna maybe get her bones thin too, but she's gonna survive. We know that, or at least she makes it 5 years. It's the psych ward. Yeah, we'll go with that. And that's it for this episode. If you like this kind of stuff, consider subscribing or at least watch another video of mine that YouTube recommends. If you're an author and you want to hear your stuff reviewed, or even you just like Kindle Vella and you want to find out more about it and yada, 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 hit me up on Discord. Got a great group of authors on there who love to chat it up, talk shop, all that jazz. That's it. Peace.